And welcome to another exciting episode of the Neville Goddard Periscope. My name is Mr. 2020. If you want to follow us, go to at Mr. 2020 on Twitter, and then you can follow us on Twitter and find us on Periscope and all that good stuff. So let's dive in. We're going to cover the three ways which Neville is really cool and really different than just about anybody else out there that we've ever come across in the law of attraction, and this is really important. And by the way, say hi if you're here. Would love to hear from you. I know it's the middle of the night in the U.S., but too bad it's not the middle of the night here. So, why Neville works and how Neville works. Let's begin with that, then we'll give you three really cool tools. So, why Neville works? Neville works because you're one with God. Okay, that's it. End of story. Bingo. It's not a secret law of the universe, and it's not because of sacred purple rocks or anything like that. Neville works because you're one with God. Okay. Just be willing to entertain that. Okay, 2, how does Neville work? Neville works whenever you stop putting separation between what you want and having it or being it. Okay, so it's all about separation. Once we stop separating yourself from God on this puny, tiny, sinful thing that doesn't deserve happiness, well, you won't get it. 2, and the other thing is, if you can feel confident and competent and curious and lovely, guess what? You're going to have stuff that represents all that show up in your life. So, that's sort of how and why it works. Let's talk about 3 tools real quick. This is really good. Number 1, revision. Revision has to do with the past. You're going to notice the other 2 work with the present and the future, right? So, what's cool about revision is, if you don't want cycles to repeat, change what's already happened. In other words, create a false memory to the point where it feels real, and you're not going to have a memory rule your life. For example, if you have a habit of buying crappy cars, every time I buy a car, it's a crappy car, and I make crappy decisions around cars or men always beat me in my crappy cars. Change all those memories. Yeah, remember buying excellent cars, making excellent decisions when it's buying cars, and excellent decisions about men or women or whatever. Change the past so it doesn't repeat. And by the way, every memory you have is influenced by you. Okay, so there's no such thing as a 100% objective memory that's fact the way it happened. It's all influenced by you anyway. So let's create some memories that are just a lot more empowering. Okay, or at least just play with this. We talked about this yesterday, by the way. At the end of the day, you can lay in bed and you can change every event that happened during the day to something that was more ideal. And that's going to change how you sleep, how you think, how you react to the world. So that's the first tool in Neville's toolbox. We call that revision. The second one is I remember when. And here's how not to do it. I remember when I was making a Periscope thing. Or I remember when I was really sad and grumpy. It's not the words that matter. What matters is realizing that even if you were crazy grumpy and crazy stressed out just a moment ago, you can remember when you were stressed out and crazy grumpy. In other words, you can take what you're feeling and let it slide into the past. You can take, literally, if up until a second ago, you had a problem with someone, you can let that slide into the past. So you don't gotta feel that anymore. And what's really cool is once you stop making yourself keep repeating those feelings. Oh yeah, see, I am flat broke. I am flat broke. If you can go, you know what? I remember when I was flat broke. I remember when I made decisions that kept me flat broke. And it's not the words, okay? What matters here is the feeling of, I remember when I used to make bad decisions. That gives you some room. That gives you the opportunity for just something much more lovely to show up. And the third one, congratulatory conversations. Neville teaches to construct an imaginal act that would imply your wish has already been fulfilled. In other words, I'm not imagining this is our second Neville Goddard Periscope. How cool is this? I'm not imagining doing them. I'm imagining how much fun I've had doing them. I'm imagining telling my friend Harry about how much fun I had doing them. I'm imagining Victoria and I watching these and just reviewing them a little bit over dinner. How much fun we had doing them. So I'm imagining scenes that imply my wish has been fulfilled. That's what I want you to do. play with this stuff that way, because when you imagine a scene that would imply your wish has been fulfilled, something magical happens. By the way, we use congratulatory conversations a lot because almost everybody has this hidden fear of, well, you know, if I make a lot of money, my family's not going to like me because that's how they are. Or, you know, if I become successful with, well, if I have a decent relationship, I won't be able to hang out with the grumpy guys club anymore. They're not going to want to be around me, or grumpy chicks club, whatever. And when you figure this stuff out, when you construct a imaginal scene that would imply your wish has been fulfilled, and it involves somebody appreciating your success, congratulating you for your success, that keeps you remembering, my tribe loves me, my tribe supports me. Yeah, they appreciate my success. It not only implies your success, it implies the people that you know, love, and care about appreciate and are glad for your success. So that Neville was a pretty tricky fella, because if you don't use congratulatory conversations, well, you can imagine all the success you want. But if you've got nagging fears about, I wonder if they'll still like me, going on, that's going to contaminate your state, and it's just going to mess things up. Versus, you know what, yeah, I've got great friends that, you know, my uncle congratulated me because he saw what I've done. My dad, yeah, you know, I can imagine him congratulating me for the fun I'm having doing what I do, succeeding at it, you know. So those are the 3 tools. Revision changes the past. Change it so it doesn't repeat. Okay, if you lost your temper yesterday, imagine that incident where you didn't lose your temper. What else could you have done? And feel that entirely as real. Don't just think about it, feel it. The second thing, I remember when I was having problems doing these Periscope things, all right, or when it was confusing to me. By the way, right before I started the first one, I changed my state about it. I just remembered when that was my first one. And it made it just a lot easier and a lot funner. And as you can tell, this one's even a lot funner than the first one. And then the third tool, remember, it's not the words, it's the feeling. And the third one, construct a scene that would imply your wish has been fulfilled. Congratulatory conversations are really cool. It can be anything. By the way, here's another good one. I imagine problems. Okay, for example, I imagined before I had a car here in Australia. Okay, I went for like 2 years without a car because I didn't want one. I don't need one. I work from home, right? I didn't have a dog back then. So when I decided it was time to get a car, I imagined easily and joyfully paying the car insurance. Victoria, I could just hear her moving around the house. She hands me the car insurance bill. I get online and click done, right? And I give it back to her marked as paid so she can file it away because she's good at that. So why did I use that one? Okay, it implies a couple things. It implies I have a car that I feel good about, don't mind paying the insurance for. It implies that I can pay the insurance easily. And it implies that Victoria's cool bringing me a bill. Hey, here's a bill. Oh, cool, got it. Done. Click. Done. Take it away. You see, that one scene implies heaps compared to I'm imagining driving my car. Okay, that's nowhere near as much depth. That's no much as... it doesn't have the reality level. So that's it for now. My name is Mr. 2020, and you can visit us at freeneville.com. Go there, sign up for the email list. We send out an article a day. It's really good stuff. And we've got cool little programs if you want to get some other stuff. But we've got over 800 free articles. So get on that email list so you're getting the new ones, you're getting the old ones, you're getting the ones that people are needing right now, which is really cool. And if you like our work, grab some of the products too. They're good fun. And feel free to reach out anytime. Follow us on Twitter at MR2020. And you can find us on Facebook and stuff too. So that's great. Have a wonderful day.